All right, thanks again for joining me here on 3 Minute Knives, where we go over the ins and outs of a particular knife in 3 minutes or less. Usually, today's another one of those days where I'm probably going to go over a little bit because I love this knife and I think it deserves a little bit more time, and there's a lot to talk about. This is the Maxace Midnight Cat Studios Mammoth. Designed by Midnight Cat Studios, the Maxace Mammoth. Also, everyone, if you could please like, share, subscribe, just get this info out there. You know, I'm just a guy trying to get info on the knives that I like. I purchase everything that I review myself. I don't get this stuff for free. I carry everything. I use everything. So I have some firsthand knowledge of the ins and outs of the knife itself. So please like, share, subscribe. And if you're looking to buy one of these or any knife, I will have a link in the description of a guy by the name of Bear Bishop. He has a few Facebook groups that he sells out of. Great prices, probably the best prices on the internet for new knives. Just check him out if you're looking for something new. See if he has it, and he will hook you up. Fast shipping, great pricing. Anyway, Maxace Mammoth. Let's go over the specs. Overall length 10.24 inches. It's a beast. It's a beast. Blade length 4.33 inches. Handle is 5.91 inches. I love it. 0.19 inches thick. This is Vanadis 4E. Vanadis 4E. The heat treat they did on it has a 62 HRC. DLC coated. I don't know if we can see the grind on here. I love that grind. This is the Tonto blade. It also comes in a drop point. 10.2 ounces. It's heavy, but you know, because of its slim profile, it does not feel that bad in the pocket at all. I've had other 10-ounce, even bigger knives, which feel like, you know, a big brick in your pocket. This one does not feel that bad for some reason. The blade is the heaviest part of this. The handles are all titanium. And I know it looks like there's a lot going on here. It looks like, man, that's hotspot heaven, but it's not. You hold this in your hand, you don't feel anything. It just feels nice and comfortable. It's just nice and slim. Now I have larger hands. I have long fingers, so for me, it feels great. If you have small hands, you know, short stubby fingers, this might not be the best for you. But for me, it's perfect. I love the titanium. Everything is titanium. All these accents. I really like the little ramp they put on here. You can take that off if you want, but I love it. It has the wave feature, which works perfect every time. The back spacer is great. Just milled titanium. The pocket clip is great. You've got this glass breaker on here. And one of the things that Maxace does quite a bit is they throw in a whole set of extra hardware. I love that. And then as far as the glass breaker goes, if you don't want the glass breaker, you can switch it out for this kind of like defense poker on the back. Just switch that out, and then it's nice and pointy. Yeah, I love that. You know, if you lose a screw, you got some extras. Who else does that? Why doesn't everybody do that? Okay, and then another really cool thing about this, you've got this lock bar tensioner on here. So if you don't want the blade to just guillotine shut, you just, you know, loosen up that set screw there, loosen that up, and then you can tighten it up to where you want it. Right now I've got it pretty loose, so it's kind of dropped shut, but you can tighten it up to where, so much to where you have to actually push it down. That's awesome. Why doesn't everybody do that? I mean, you're not going to want to do that on every knife, but that's pretty flippin' cool. You got some weight relief going on in there. Now this does, one thing that I wasn't real sure about this runs on MRBS. Stands for multi-row ball bearing system. Now I took this guy apart and I was kind of surprised because it does have multi-row, 3 rows of bearings, but they are not caged bearings, they are loose. So if you're not careful, those little teeny bearings are going to fall all over the place and you'll lose them and then you'll be screwed. So I contacted Maxace just to see why they did this. Their explanation was that they needed the multi-rose to be able to support the blade. They didn't really go into why it was caged or uncaged, but you know, it works fine. You just have to be really careful when you take it apart. I'm sure they could have used caged bearings. I don't know how much cheaper, you know, uncaged bearings are, or maybe they're more expensive and they were just trying to, you know, make it the best knife they could. I don't know. Yeah, man, I really dig this one. It carries really nice. I've carried this thing for about 2 weeks now. I've used it. Let's talk about the Vanadis 4E actually, real quick. Vanadis 4E is put out by Udenholms. Udenholms, they're called Udenholms AB, which is a multinational producer of high alloy tool steel out of Hagfors, Sweden. Now, according to their website and some other info that I found on them, on Vanadis 4E has better edge holding than CPM 3V. It's tougher than M4, and it's made using 3rd generation particle metallurgy. It sharpens easily and deburrs quickly. Now you can find out some more specs and everything if you go online, but it's actually a really good steel. I've used it for cardboard and paper. It's held an edge just fine. Haven't had to sharpen it at all yet. I haven't used it for anything, you know, wood or anything like that yet. I will eventually, but yeah, Vanadis 4E. It's a good steel. If you look into it, you'll see that it's a good steel. It's Vanadis 4 Extra. Maxace Mammoth. I dig it. Check out also, I'm going to put in the description how to get a hold of Bear Bishop. Check him out if you're looking for new knives. Yeah, man, Maxace Mammoth, Midnight Cat Studio. Check out their other stuff too. Putting out some great designs. They're not typical, they're not standard, they're not your Ontario Rat 1, but they're flipping cool. All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for hanging in there with me on this one. Comment, please, like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Please hit that like button. Just hit that. I just want this info to get out there. I buy every single knife that I review. I wish I got free stuff from companies, but I'm not that big yet. Even if I did, I would still carry everything that I get in just to make sure it's worth it. And I'll tell you if it's worth it or not. This one is worth it. It's a little pricey. You know, it's not too bad, but for what you get, it's not bad at all. For what you get, it's not bad at all. I mean, I've had other knives in this price range that I was really disappointed in. This one, I'm not disappointed in him. It's big and it's not for everybody, but I dig it. All right, thanks a lot.